Good afternoon. What a special surprise we have for you out here. Normally we do the pre-drive and today we're doing the pre-walk for the pre-drive. I don't know, something along those lines. But welcome, you're watching Safari Live if you've just joined in, and we're so happy to, of course, have you with us today. You can see I'm clutching a book. It's the new book that I'm reading. It's got lots of facts about all sorts of things. It's actually very interesting. And, well, we're going to walk around now for the next 5 minutes. It's going to be wonderful. We're on the road, and we're just enjoying the sun and the fact that there's no gale force wind this afternoon. I thought it was beautiful and still for pretty much most of the day, but unfortunately the wind has now picked up slightly, but it is much better than, of course, what it was. Now, Jeandre, I don't know if you can hear him, but he's eating away on a marula, and he wanted me to play a very dangerous game, but I refused because I value my life. He wanted to play a game called Chubby Marula. But I said no. I don't know if you know what chubby marula is, but we will show you marulas a little bit later. And our theme of the day today, as I decided we have to go with the theme of this walk, is we're going to go with anything and everything that you can eat in the bush. So basically we're going to be looking for fruits, for grasses, for roots, for leaves, you name it. We're going to eat it, we're going to taste it and see how delicious or not delicious it is. And remember, we've got all the schools back joining us again today, so we've got a couple of schools, and James will introduce him. I think James is starting off the show this afternoon for the Sunset Safari. So we're looking forward to, of course, having all of them join us. And I must mention, and this is something new, we're having our first school all the way from Mexico join us this afternoon. I'm so excited. It's so nice that so many different schools from all over the world are starting to hop on board with us and will, of course, join us for a safari. So that's really, really nice. I'm super excited to get their questions coming through. So if you are watching the pre-walk, send those questions through. It's going to be fantastic. And like I said, we're going to be seeing what things you can eat in the bush, what things you should maybe stay away from, and of course we'll do a couple of tests, but we won't go into too much detail now. We don't want to ruin any of the surprises. It's warm, and naughty, I didn't put any sunscreen on. We'll have to try and make a sunscreen or something along those lines today out in the bush, otherwise my fair skin is going to get very, very burnt. It's very silly of me today to not have sunscreen on my face. You know what, I think you're all knowing what I'm probably going to do at some point, but we'll just let your imagination wander for a little bit. Look at Herbie. He has already started at picking things. He had his head stuck right into that shrub in the distance. And I said to him, Herbie, we need to find everything that we can eat. So his answer was, challenge accepted, which makes me a little bit nervous because I don't know what he's got in store for us. Jeandre, you've been very busy. What have you been up to the last couple of days?
Eating marula.
He's eating marula. I wonder why he's been looking so hunched down. He doesn't walk with a straight back anymore. He just walks around like this. But it makes sense if for the last few days he's been down on his haunches picking up all the marulas. He's completely changed his shape. And if any of you have ever seen Jeandre, he's exceptionally tall too. So it's quite interesting. Hunchback of Notre Dame, hey? He's pulling back just like, he's not. He still walks up straight like a human. I'm getting distracted by all the beautiful things out here, all the grasses and little flowers. I'm looking at the ground going, there's a couple more flowers that have popped up that I've never seen in my life before. And that's an exciting thing about being in the bush, is that every single time that you go out, and every year you think you've got the flowers covered in the area that you've been working in. Nope. There'll be one new one or a new shrub or something along those lines that will pop up. And then, of course, well, then you don't know what it is. Phew. So we will have to pick some of those specimens today, take them back for identification a little bit later. I know there's a couple of flowers that have even stumped James and Steph, which is unusual. We will need to do a bit of digging. So there's lots around. I'm looking everywhere I go. Something is catching my attention. All the different colors and all those things. Right, bye-bye.